Okay, I thought I'd give you an overview of my bag of tricks here that I use to repair, upgrade, and troubleshoot computers. I used to do it a lot in the past, not so much anymore, but I'm getting back into it. So I'm going to show you what's in my bag here. Of course, probably one of the most important ones is a multimeter to measure resistance, voltage, amperage, all that. Of course, the venerable Fluke, one of the best ones out there. Definitely a key thing in my my bag, along with different probes to go with it. I bought this separate, and it allows me to actually test things hands-free without having to. Sometimes I gotta measure voltage for a long period of time. And of course, the user's guide, because this contains calibration instructions, because you got to calibrate the meter from time to time. And I also got the CD-ROM in here. I also got a hardback book, but I usually keep this the CD ebook version while it's in PDF format. At the time, it was one of the best PC repairing troubleshooting guides I've ever seen, which is Troubleshooting, Maintaining, and Repairing PCs by Stephen Bigelow. I don't think he writes these anymore. I think this is like from the 2000 version. But I still use it because it's got a lot of great reference material. And now this actually came as a kit, and I'm going to show you the software version, which is Micro 2000 software and hardware. And I actually had a hard time getting this open, and the CD flew out. Which is right here. It's a bootable CD. It uses its own operating system, and you use it to test hardware, memory, hard drive, CDs. Now this is actually pretty old. It's about 5 to 7 years old. So I've got an updated version, a different brand, but this is still useful because you can still do you can actually erase a hard drive under government DoD standards if you have confidential top secret material. So it really erases it, so nobody try to using data techniques try to get that data. Now here's the hardware version, which is actually an expansion card. Which is right here, and so actually it's got two sides. ISA, this is for the old ISA, and then PCI. And this actually does quite a few things. It's got a 2 LED readout, and this reads postcodes or power on self-tests for BIOS PCs. This is great if you can't get it to boot at all, and a lot of times it'll go through the self-tests, and once it stops at a certain code, you look that code in the book depending on the BIOS chip, and usually the last code is where it hangs up, and that's the part of the computer you need to troubleshoot. And over here it's got various LED lights at the top, and for reading voltage, reset, power resets, and it's actually got these little loops right here where you can actually put a multimeter for reading voltages here as well. And unfortunately, since they don't really make PCI anymore, it's PCIe, and they're not compatible, so this is pretty much going to be used for older computers. And of course, here's some of the books that go with it. There's for the hardware tester here, and of course for the Microsoft software. And that's pretty much what's in the bag. I do have a lot of these plugs that go with it for loop back testing of serial printer ports. And somewhere in here I got a, oh, more plugs. I got a bunch of those. Now I got a power supply tester right here. Now this is an Anatech power supply tester. I can't remember, ATA? I'm not sure. It's been such a long time. Basically plug it in there, turn it on, and you should see that green light up. It's not good for intermittent testing. You'd probably have to hook a power supply up and monitor it over a long period of time. And last but not least, I do got an updated kit, which I kind of done a quick review and overlook of the software testing, which is the Ultra X Quick Tech Pro, which I kind of covered earlier in an earlier video. And basically that uses, it doesn't really use a bootable CD-ROM. It actually uses a USB disk, or a flash disk, I guess, which is actually just right here. And you just plug it into the USB port. Now, of course, in your BIOS, USB to boot up has to be enabled for this to work. And you can do all your software, hardware tests for memory, hard drive, CD-ROMs. And this is the updated version. Actually, this is the premium. And we'll test up to 32 gigs of RAM, I think. A lot of hard drive tests and things in there. So that's pretty much it. That's in my bag of tricks, I guess you can say.